Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Again, my name is Rod. This is the first ever Mosaic.
What brought me here? I would say intuition.
Being around like-minded, like-hearted people who believe in the medicine.
I think we're seeing a real shift in people and a real openness towards this. I think when I first got into the world of psychedelics and kind of experimented myself, it's something I never talked about.
I'm excited about the time and place of this space, so I'm really, drawn to what's happening here.
The hope is that we build a mosaic of different parts, of different people, of people who are open, people who really believe that this is the right time to ask deep questions about who we are, what kind of world we want to live in, how do you want to responsibly use these medicines, not only to heal, but to have fun.
Having been a dealer, it was money for me. Psychedelics are very therapeutic for me. It helped in the creative process. It's something that I rely on to stay sane.
So how do you talk to your family, your kids, who know what you feel about it? How do you talk to them?
We approached them and we said, hey, right, we've been in these circles before and we don't know if that's something would be of interest to you, but we'd love to have an opportunity to experience this with you. And shockingly, they were all like, yeah, that'd be really cool. Halfway through the ceremony, he sat up and he said, I've been using this wrong my whole life.
If you think about it this way, every idea, everything we've built has come from somebody's mind. And so, again, for good and bad, whether it's Martin Luther King or Donald Trump, and the way we disrupt that is by we disrupt how people think, how they feel. Psychedelics have the power to disrupt that, to create a different vantage point so we can see the world and the people around us in a different way.
I'm a person that it's like I've been on a journey of doing a lot of healing. I support others now. And I have this awareness that some of my wounding is not actually my childhood anymore. I've dealt with that. It's like intellectually I understand that it's in my veins as intergenerational trauma. And it's this abstract thing. And I notice all this body language right now. So many of us are gonna be we have intergenerational trauma in our body. And I understood that and have understood that for years. And then, it's gonna make me emotional, but then I knew my mom was gonna die. And in a journey last year, I talked to her. She was in the late stages of Alzheimer's and I hadn't had conversations with her in years, a couple of years. And I talked to her in my journey. I said, tell me about this wound. This wound I carry. You're not gonna be able to answer it anymore, you're gonna die. And I'm not gonna get an answer to this question. And she said, it's from before. It's from before. And I was I had this whoosh of oh, you were born with the wound and I inherited the wound. And this, only if you've done medicine do you understand how it's I'm saying this now, but you feel that knowledge. But what happened in that journey is I met my ancestors. I met my ancestors. They talked to me, they hugged me, they told me what's up, they told me what's next, they told me what they were gonna do with my mom, how they were gonna take care of her, they told me that I'm okay, they told me it's not my job to heal the family's wounds, I can just be. So we can talk about these things in the abstract, the healing that we need to do, but the medicine actually did the healing with me. And so, what can psychedelics do? What can plant medicine do? What can other types of medicine do? With care, guidance, support each other, witnessing each other, it can actually experientially change our lives. It's not just in the abstract knowing that we're wounded. We can actually heal the wound.
Oh yeah.
It is the right time in this point of history to come together to try to heal our minds and our hearts. I don't believe psychedelics will change the world, but people with healed hearts might.
Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being present. I want to give it up for Aviva, Danish, and Tony. All right, guys, good group. Do one other.